At some point in time, this right here was someone's garage and they could just pull in just like this. Volkswagen Beetle, it looks like. That's crazy. What's up, everybody? We're back on PCH. My last video I've been talking about, actually past few videos, how this has been closed since January 7th, I think this has been closed. It is now May 24th. Apparently, PCH is fully back open, going all the way through, starting yesterday, which was Friday the 23rd. So I'm back on PCH to see if that's true and how far I can go down, and to see if they opened up the road going into Topanga, because that's where I go to find a little bit of the dirt spots that I know and a few of the little dirt trails that I like to ride. So we're gonna see how the fire rebuild's going, go over to that road and hope that's open as well. Got a few bikes in front of me right now. I've actually seen a handful of bikes, probably like, I don't know, 10, 15 bikes already just hopping onto PCH, so I feel like it's open if I'm seeing a lot of bikes. They got the road marked for 25, which so far no one's doing. We're doing about 43. So we'll see if they actually enforce it or it slows down a little bit up here. So far, for being the middle of a Saturday and only the second day PCH is open, the traffic is doing pretty well. So hopefully it continues to flow that way. This was where they usually made you turn around before, with this checkpoint right here. And it looks like they still have a few of the turnoffs getting checked in the road closed, so you need a pass to go over there, but so far we're going through the first point. This all over here was all burned out. Looks like some grass is starting to grow on it again finally, because this was all dirt. We're doing pretty good making it through here. No checkpoint stopping us, seems to be flowing. Really don't mind even the slower speed, doing 35, 40 miles an hour on this road. It makes it a little more relaxing because people normally haul and fly down this stuff. Hopefully it's not too far away, but on the right over here on this corner, you can see all the burns still from the trees and stuff that got burnt out. You can still see this is where one of the neighborhoods used to be, and it's still all totaled out. They've got blocked off. A few burned cars in there and burnt stuff. Wonder how long it's gonna take them to actually start clearing and rebuilding all that out. I'm really curious to see that when we get up here ahead, the actual houses on the road that got burnt out, if they've cleared a lot of that debris and how they blocked that off and everything, because those are right on the road. You can see the water straight through, so, because most of those are built on stilts over the water. Got some other bikes on the left. Man, I think Topanga might still be blocked off if they still got cops sitting here blocking off neighborhoods and streets to run up. Topanga runs straight up from PCH into the valley, and it's one of the main cut-throughs. And I know that's been closed off for the longest time, so I feel like you probably still need a permit to go up there. So if I want to hit those dirt trails, you got to go all the way through the 405 to the 101 and back around to get to the backside of it, which is such a pain in the ass. Got some people surfing over at Sunset, which I know you can't see on the camera because they're just little black dots in the water. But no one's been surfing that because PCH has been closed. It's good to see people back out doing that. A ton of construction and dump trucks and stuff set up everywhere to clean debris off the road and clean the debris from places. It looks like every parking lot from a closed restaurant's being used for that, basically. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be any checkpoints of anything that's gonna stop us going forward. I think it's only gonna be if we try to turn off. I'm gonna try to get over into the lane next to me, because last time I rode through here, there was a ton of burnt down stuff. So we'll see how that is here in a second. I'm not saying to try it, but it doesn't look like they're enforcing the 25-mile-per-hour speed limit. Past a cop, and we're all doing about 45, so seems like they're being lenient at least a little bit on it. Look at this. This is some of the foundation of a big-ass place that got burnt down. Definitely cleaned up, though. There was a lot of burn and debris. They cleaned out of it. See some sandbags up there as well in case there's rain to not have mud flood into it. I'm just excited this road is opened up. This is one of the main roads I always used to ride and like to ride, because it's hard to beat riding on PCH, even though it's kind of a dangerous road to drive. A lot of accidents, a lot of people get fatally injured over here. Mainly due to people just speeding too fast around the curves at night. Man, it is about 66 degrees and somewhat sunny out, so riding on this is absolutely amazing. I know one of the main reasons they opened all this back up was because all the restaurants and businesses on here were struggling so hard that they're trying to help them a little bit by getting this open as fast as possible so people can start coming through again. We're just now getting to Topanga Canyon, so let's see if this is opened up. I see people coming down it. Let's take a little peek up it. Road work ahead. It looks like you can get through. They may be checking IDs and checking permits, but I did see a go through on it, so I'm assuming it's still permit parking only. They got off where all the old restaurants used to be. Oh, they got the foundation up and everything. They pulled all the cement out. This was all buildings over here that got burnt down. It's pretty impressive they did it that fast and fenced it off. That place is still burnt down. You can see scorched, garage open. Oh, wow. So there was houses all the way here. All this fence you're seeing right here was houses that were lined up side by side, like you'll see in this next little strip right here that looks like it survived. And they're just wall to wall next to each other. And it looks like the way they're doing is they just got a big fence that blocks off the start of all the properties towards the water. But man, they cleared a lot of stuff out. Later in the video, I'll be coming back on that side. I'll try to get a better angle of some of that foundation and some of the stuff still in there because it's pretty crazy looking. That's all foundation. Oh yeah, that's wild. But man, they did clean it up. This place was, if you go back and look at a few of the videos I have from the wildfires, you'll see how much trash, burnt cars, and everything that's just left behind was just all burnt over here. All the power lines are brand new and put back up because those were gone and melted out. Seems like everyone has a bike kind of had the same idea to come out on here. Everyone's waving at each other with the bikes. Everyone's happy to be back out here. That's awesome. It is crazy to see in the side of this road all opened up with just fence and no houses there. You never get to see through this because, like I said, strip of houses. It is a whole different view. All I know is there's gonna be some contractors getting paid some serious money rebuilding these $20, $40 million houses. There you go, some cars still left there. Here's one right here. Someone has their bike over here. I remember this one. Completely gone and burnt out. That's crazy. Got another bike over here with the action camera on the front too. Wonder what his channel is. All right, now we're getting into actual town of Malibu. Pier is not too far up. Oh yeah. They made a big headway cleaning a lot of this out. I'm gonna pull over here in a second because I remember this one from last time I was here. You can tell this is still all burnt down. They cleared a lot of this out. You can see a lot less black and they've got a lot of stuff torn out. Pull up here a little bit, get a better shot of it. Was a salon. That wall made it, but as you can tell, the rest of it absolutely did not make it. And I'm gonna hop back on here and then make a U-turn here in a second to get back on the other side where we can see some of the coastal foundation. Alrighty, now we're on the side. Look at that, sand straight up under the house. All foundation, doors are still there. Only thing that made it literally is cement, which is crazy. These aren't the ones on stilts I was talking about. It looks like these set a little bit more actually on the beach. But coming up ahead, I'll have some that you can see that they're elevated off the sand quite a bit. At some point in time, this right here was someone's garage and they could just pull in just like this. And they were in their house. Now it's just straight through to the beach. Honestly, if I had that garage back in the day, I'd want a window through my garage that way I could see the beach when I pulled in. I really wonder how long it's gonna take them to rebuild all this up. I bet you it's gonna be another 2 years at least. They've been going at a pretty slow pace. We're halfway through the year now. They just got done clearing it. They usually take quite a while to get permitting and build all around LA County. So I don't see this stuff going up for a long time. There's one that has a nice foundation lifted up because kind of what I was talking about on stilts and pillars. They got people still digging stuff out right here, cleaning up. Probably just picking up remains and dumping them in the dump truck. Remains of houses, by the way, not the remains of people. Before someone in the comment section is like, what? This was a parking lot, I believe, to right here was Moon Shadows, where this opening is, and that little things park, that trailer. And then this was their valet parking lot. So this restaurant that sat overlooking this is just completely gone. Houses as far as the eye can see. I mean, look at this thing. This once was a Volkswagen Beetle, it looks like. Not anymore. Multiple cars over here. One there. I see a washer and dryer behind some trees over here. Got a van. It looks like that's a Porsche that is completely to the ground. And I'm assuming, I mean, a lot of this looks like a lot of cement, so I'm surprised they burned the way they did. A lot of the fully cement buildings lasted, but I would expect all the wooden ones to go down. This is what I was talking about stilts. Those big stilts and everything stay on the water. A lot of them are built on that type of foundation there. I'm really curious to see what they build in its place here, because a lot of these houses have been here for like 100 years plus or whatever, the way they're designed and everything. A lot of them are really old, so I'm really curious to see what type of modern builds they put on these lots and how much they go for. It's going to go for an insane amount of money. There you go. That's a good shot of the stilts and stuff. We're probably a little far away to see it, but if you look at this house right here, it's a perfect setup where you can see the whole house is set up higher, and then the water comes under the house, and the house is literally elevated like that. Cool design. Definitely jealous that I can't afford a house anywhere near like that. But if enough of you subscribe, maybe one day in 5 lifetimes I could grab one of these. Also, for anyone who's made it this far in the video, go ahead and comment Topanga down below. Just want to see who's making it this far. Well guys, the bad news is it looks like Topanga might take a little bit longer to be able to cut through it. The good news is PCH seems to be fully open if you're going to just go through and go all the way down through the coast. That's going to wrap it up for me. We're getting back into Santa Monica. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, keep on riding.